Good morning, everyone. My name is Archana Ma'am. I am working as an associate professor in Global Research Institute of Pharmacy, Rador. Today, we are going to discuss about a method of extraction topic, that is Soxhlet method of extraction. So, first of all, we discuss about what is extraction method. So, basically, extraction is a process for the separation of active constituent with the help of suitable solvent. So there are various type of extraction like maceration, decoction, infusion process, and the Soxhlet method of extraction. But out of these methods, Soxhlet method of extraction is very time consuming method. So today we will discuss about the Soxhlet method of extraction. So Soxhlet method of extraction is it is a solid liquid extraction method that has been used for the separation of active constituent from the powder crude drug. So this is the assembly of the Soxhlet apparatus. So starting with this part is called as RBF part, that is round bottom flask part. This part is connected to a part, this part is called as Soxhlet extractor part. And we pack the powder crude drug inside this Soxhlet extractor, and this part is called as thimble part. This is connected to a third part, that is called the condenser part. So coming to the procedure, what will happen in this RBF? First of all, we switch on the heating mantle. As the solvent gets heated, its vapors goes from the side tube to the condenser part, and inside this condenser part the solvent gets condensed and comes inside this Soxhlet extractor part, and this solvent gets passed through the solid powder crude drug. And when the solvent gets passed from this solid powder crude drug, it will enter from this siphon tube to inside this RBF, and again the solvent gets heated, and this is passed through this side tube, and the solvent goes to the condenser part. And in this condenser part, the solvent gets condensed, vapors get condensed, and it is passed through again the solid fluid drug. And when the vapors get passed through this solid fluid drug, again the number of active constituent with the help of this solvent come inside this RBF, that is round bottom flask. To prevent the solvent bumping, we add the porcelain crystal inside this solvent, inside this RBF, so that the solvent does not get bumped and at higher temperatures. And as far as when we add the powder crude drug inside this thimble part, as the solvent gets moved, this process is repeated number of times, and the active constituent from this Soxhlet extractor, as we are packed in this Soxhlet extractor, come inside this RBF. We separate out the RBF from here after 6 to 8 hours. This cycle has been repeated number of times from 6 to 8 hours, and we get the active constituent inside this RBF, and we get separate out this RBF from here, and we separate out our active constituent with the help of using a solvent evaporation method. We evaporate the solvent by using rotary evaporator, and we get our extracted compound. So this method of extraction is time consuming method. A small amount of sample has been used. Small amount of sample has been used for the extraction purpose. We can use in this method, and in this method a small amount of solvent is used for the extraction of a number of active constituent. And there are various applications of Soxhlet extraction method. First of all, it has been used for the natural product isolation. So we can extract various bioactive compounds like herbs. We can extract the various bioactive compounds from plants, herbs, seeds. And number two, it helps in environmental analysis. So this method of extraction is applicable in environmental analysis because it helps in extraction of environmental pollutants and organic persistent pollutants from the environmental sample. It also helps in food and beverages analysis because we can determine the fat content in food and beverages with the help of this method. So this method of extraction is very safest method of the extraction. It is very time consuming, highly efficient method, and we can use a small amount of solvent, and we can use the same solvent after this extraction process, and this process is repeatedly used multiple times, so we can extract the large amount of active constituent by this method. Thank you.